I'm not crazy, Malin. I'm not crazy, Malin. I've just been in a very bad mood for 40 years. 40 years.
Carpe diem. Carpe diem.
Got lots of love. 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 Got lots of love.
Good evening or afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. We've got our round 2 winners bracket playoff here, a matchup between AddFriend and Oblivion T6. I am joined once again by Gio tonight. How are you feeling, Gio?
Oh, I'm feeling good. Hopefully this round of the playoffs we get to actually see. But yes, two teams that are very good, in particular AddFriend being one of those front runners to go far in the playoffs and even, be a contestant to possibly win it out. Oblivion, they might have their hands burnt a little bit here. It might be a little difficult for them to get a grip of this game, but it's definitely within their wheelhouse. We're getting on in the playoffs as both these teams have come off 2 good games. AddFriend has just come off a game with Semper Resurrection, a 3-0. Oblivion, on the other hand, a bit of a testier game, very close with the B2TG Bulls, so they might be a little bit more battle-worn.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what should be a pretty good match here between these two teams. I mean, AddFriend, the top team in their division, in their group, I should say, they went 7-1 in the regular season. Oblivion T6, though, they've been around a long time since, season 6? So, I mean, this organization has been around CGL for a very, very long time. So they've been around the block, right? They've been in these situations before where they've got to punch up to what is, in theory, a little bit of a better team. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this team is going to punch up to AddFriend. AddFriend.
AddFriend. Yeah,
AddFriend.
The reason why we're saying they're a frontrunner is they have a stacked roster. Curse and Cora work so well together as a Tracer and either a Wrecking Ball or a Winston or whatever, but mostly you'll see the Wrecking Ball come out. Meditu is primarily going to be on the top yarn here. You might see them flex to May with Boring and Offie in the back line helping out there. It's a solid unit with some standout star players, and it's why this team has accomplished a top 12 position in open division in the past. So a very strong team indeed up against Oblivion.
Yeah, and speaking of Oblivion, let's get a look at their roster. It's going to be Keldon and Jaywiz on the DPS, Lemon holding it down on the tank, and Jacko and Joyboy in the backline. So, I'm looking forward to seeing how this team is going to, like I said, punch up to the competition here. But in order to punch up, they've got to start somewhere. And that starting point is going to be on Ilios.
Yeah, and one thing that I find kind of funny for myself is this could be the 3rd game in a row that I've cast in CGL where it's a Doomfist team, because Lemon has put down that they do prefer the Doomfist tank, and of course that was their little icon there. And Ilios works well for that. You've got plenty of dive opportunities on Ilios. It usually is the standard. However, they are up against a team that is going to play a Wrecking Ball composition that is going to meet them at that kind of speed. And that kind of means that Ilios might just be a level playing field in terms of what metas these teams have for each other.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be definitely interesting to see as we get into the map here in just a few seconds. We'll see what these teams are going to be rocking out on. And y'all can't see it right now. Now you can, but Lemon was hovering the Doomfist, but now is on that Reinhardt rush with the Symmetra Bastion, Lucio Baptiste, and AddFriend is basically where I thought they would be on the Wrecking Ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's basically going to be Oblivion TP onto point. We've all seen this before. It's trying to set up and bunker down. However, they're going to get so much spam onto them. They need to really watch that they don't just stay on the point, that they try and contest some of these angles at least a little bit so that they're not sitting ducks.
And Cora's trying to find somebody to roll through, but goes right over the heads of everybody on Oblivion. Still rolling around, almost throwing J-Wiz off the map, but able to stick onto that lip. A very, very lucky turn of events there for Oblivion T6. The slam comes down. No one has died yet, though. The TP is in, and they're able to take down Sleek, but it's a trade for Keldon. All of the deployables are going out here for the side of AddFriend. But it will be Oblivion T6 taking the first flip, and Cora goes down, and with that, the hopes of AddFriend winning this fight out.
Yeah, I mean, AddFriend did lose Sleek with that very nice push onto that angle, kind of like what I was talking about. If you just stayed on point, it's not going to go well for you. So they TP out, deal with that angle, and it's going to be all surrounding how J-Wiz lands these TPs and how they coordinate them.
How about J-Wiz landing the alternate fires onto Maritu up there? So that's a great pick for Oblivion here. They're off to a pretty hot start. The stick is going to come out, but it will be warded off by Jacko's Immortality Field, and the Amplification Matrix is going to come out as well. It's looking pretty good for Oblivion right now. Curse taking a lot of damage, having to back out. But speaking of Curse is going to be able to take down J-Wiz. The sound barrier is going to come out from Joyboy to make this team a little bit more durable. And I didn't see if the Captive Sun hit anyone, but it, of course, did there onto Keldon. And that should be a great play by Lemon there. You know, Lemon has the Shatter if they wanted it, but won't need to use it.
Yeah, very scrappy fight there, and it's very difficult for AddFriend to find an individual out of position because Oblivion are playing so well together. But now that they have control, Oblivion they want to try and TP onto point here. They've got plenty of ults to do so. Again, this continued rush is ready from AddFriend.
And here it comes. The Fox enters the fray, as does the Molten Core. Curse and Cora are able to find picks. And the Shatter comes out. It hits onto Cora, but it's not going to be enough to win this fight out. Lemon solo takes those knives to the forehead. Going to go down, and AddFriend stands strong. That's bad.
Yeah, that's a big stagger there as well. And yeah, all down to that Kitsune rush, being able to displace with that ball, pushing them out of position. Now Oblivion, they understand they don't have control of that point anymore, so they went on to a bit more of a peel composition with the Sombra.
Oh my god!
Diva! Curse
with 2 on the Pulse Bomb. And I mean, Lemon is so low in the mech right now, able to peel a little bit here for Jacko. Has to drop the Immortality Field, but what a play from the Tracer to put AddFriend in a really good position here going into what could be the last fight here on Lighthouse.
Oh yeah, it certainly will be with 80%, lots of pressure. The mines are ready to come out and just split up this team if they need to. Last remaining 15.
Cora's trying to swing up onto this high ground, playing a little bit of bumper cars here. Not going to get up there just yet, but like you said, does have that minefield for the control. It's going to come out on the point, as does Joyboy's sound barrier, but Curse, once again, is going to be able to take down J-Wiz, and Joyboy jumps right in it to the minefield. Lemon does not have the self-destruct yet to get back into mech if they lose it, and will lose it at 94%. So it looks like AddFriend slowly but surely are going to bring this out here and take Lighthouse. It's just Keldon left. That's going to be it. AddFriend take Lighthouse.
Yeah, Curse with a double Pulse Bomb. I think Curse will understand what I mean by when I say I'm so shocked that that wasn't just a one-off performance I've seen before. Curse has had so many double Pulse Bombs that I have seen just in casting. You know, I've not seen all of their games, but it's incredible every time they do it. Ultimately, what happened there, Oblivion had control of the point. When they lost it, that composition no longer worked. You know, you're getting caught up in the rotate. AddFriend, they want to catch you in a rotation. They want to try and boop someone so that they're isolated, and Curse can follow up with a pile drive or just go for that one clip. That's what this situation's all about. And then, of course, you have this kind of solo kind of Torb spamming in with their turret and with those rivets that can just do a lot of damage. Oblivion now on the Junker Queen, to try and stop this Wrecking Ball getting away with so much.
And Keldon's plan, well, it's not going to go the way they want to right now. That turret to try and keep Curse in check. The E comes out for Meditu, or Keldon, sorry. Meditu goes down, and that should be Oblivion winning out this fight. But Sleek has evened up the score here. So they're without their Symmetra, and that's not a great position you want to be in if you are Oblivion. But Lemon does not seem to see it that way as Sleek goes down here. Ooh, Korra is so low, getting healed up by those Ofuda from Alfie. And they're going to stay alive here, and now we're in the Tracer duel in the cage. Curse versus Jwiz, who can come out on top? Curse doesn't want to give it up. Sleek comes in for the assist, tags out for Jwiz, taken down 2 there for Sleek, and Curse, a bit of a different kind of a double pulse bomb there, but AddFriend is going to come out on top of this.
Yeah, not even the non-living entities on the map are safe from the double pulse bomb. But yeah, even though you lose Meditu kind of early on, you stay in that one just because you've got so many characters that can contest the point without fully committing to the point. That's the issue that Lemon is having. Once that shout comes out, you're really kind of just a sitting duck as a Junker Queen.
And, you know, Lucio's not generally considered a sitting duck, but goes down early, and Jacko with 2 here, gonna be able to take out Meditu as well. So, oof, really close there for Lemon to go into the well, but Oblivion is gonna take the flip after getting 2 picks out of Jacko.
Yeah. I mean, your support popping off like this is a brilliant asset to have as a team. You also have this beat to try and survive the incoming mines.
And Keldon is going to pop the Molten Core to get rid of the minefield. A bit of a creative use for that ultimate that I don't think I've seen before. And, you know, of course, Jacko with another kill on it to Meditu. But Oblivion is just getting overwhelmed at the moment. Jacko the last to go down. AddFriend going to get the flip.
I mean, you don't see Wrecking Ball a lot in Overwatch 2, but Korra is just so slick with this character. Makes it look like artwork. All the small little text that they do to pull it off. Oh god, but Joy Boy, another support finding Curse.
Luckily for AddFriend, it is a pretty good trade there as Korra squishes Joy Boy, and the Pulse Bomb gets Sleek, but Oblivion is still in a man down situation, but they've evened it up with the pick onto Korra there. So they have the opportunity to win this fight out here, but Lemon is taking so much damage from every direction. Curse takes down the Diva. The window's gonna come out from Jacko, but I don't know if they're gonna be able to do it. We'll see. But I mean, nothing's come out of that amp matrix just yet, as Jacko is looking very low, and the resources for AddFriend are just growing, and that's going to be a 2-0 on Ilios. AddFriend goes up.
Yes, starting this series off with a win in their pocket, and these fights, they go on for a long time, and they have the impression that they're very individualistic, but there's so much coordination that goes into it. And Korra, like I said, is getting all these small techs to really play this character to its maximum ability, and also communicating with their team so that they know when to go in, when to follow up. And it's just working wonders. And, you know, they've been playing this synergy for a while, and it's why they're one of the front runners here. They didn't have such a good time in the Stage 1 playoffs, but so far in the end of season playoffs, it's looking good for them.
Yeah, and I mean, you're making use of that recent buff to Wrecking Ball, right? Like, you're still getting those combos that you always had before, but it feels like Korra is so comfortable with the sniper hamster, killing from far away with those recently, the Titan spread of the guns there.
Yeah,
and making it look good, and then Curse on the Tracer, man, looks so good. You know,
so clean.
Double kills left and right, whether it's you know, deployables are people. You know, deployables are people too, right?
Yes.
But yeah, I mean,
that's a very extremist viewpoint on Omnic. But yes, AddFriend are looking very clean right now. It looks like Oblivion, he had some ideas on how to deal with it. Because traditionally, you think of a Junker Queen, if you hit those Gracies, then you will be able to kind of pull or at least displace the Wrecking Ball into a position where they might be able to get taken out. But, you know, it's such a fast pace, it's very hard to hit that one skill shot that you're needing to hit on an individual character. And like I said, once that shout comes out of the Queen, she becomes, you know, very slow, very sluggish, and doesn't have that as much self-protection as she would have if she did have it. But we have chosen to go on to King's Row, so I think we're going to be staying with the idea of Brawl for the from Oblivion, that is. But of course, AddFriend, they're comfortable enough to play their composition into that Brawl that we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, they tried it on Ilios, right? The Brawl, whether it was with the Reinhardt, whether it was with the Junker Queen. I mean, and it had its moments, right? I mean, they looked good at times. They, especially on the Reinhardt comp, right? I mean,
yeah.
But it's gonna take a bit of a more of an adaptation for Oblivion to be able to take down AddFriend here. Something has to change because AddFriend just has the number for everything that Oblivion did on Ilios. So, I mean, it's like, I mean, I keep saying it, but you know, Oblivion is, you know, conventionally the underdog in this series.
Yeah.
And they've been, I mean, you're seeing it right now. AddFriend just looks better, and if you're gonna play as the underdog, you have to be able to adapt and overcome if you want to be able to, you know, keep going in this playoff.
Yes. Well, heading into King's Row, it's going to be AddFriend starting out on the attack. Of course, they chose that side, so still likely to come out on this Wrecking Ball composition. Not really going to see too much of a change, not even in the backline there. And Oblivion are looking to go into the Orisa, actually. I like this idea because, of course, those Javelins are very good at keeping momentum characters at bay while still keeping that kind of brawl feel. Having Keldon there on the Hanzo does also mean that you've got that spam, you've got that burst damage for if you are able to slow down Korra enough, and of course give that backline of something to fear. The Mei, of course, with the walls is also very good to split up. This comp is designed to counteract the disruption playstyle of AddFriend.
Yeah, and we're getting in here. Curse up in the top window, trying to find a pick. I think hit a body shot on Lemon, but is instantly gonna go over to the Genji. So, you know, as usual, the Widowmaker a bit short-lived here on King's Row, but Keldon up in this window trying to throw those arrows down, and I mean, a great roll through from Korra is going to cut Jwiz off, and actually some great parkour from Jwiz to get over the gap, but unfortunately the rivets have found the forehead of Keldon, so the Hanzo is gone, and Oblivion are left scrambling here as it looks like AddFriend is gonna take the point.
Yeah, very fast engages there, and they just overran the defenses of Oblivion already. Oblivion are thinking, switching up the strategy, going again for the Diva, which they tried a bit at the end of Ilios, which still didn't quite work out for them, but did allow them to, you know, set up in different positions. Curse is showing that they're not just a Tracer player on this Genji. Been looking very clean so far, almost got a blade already, and if they're able to build it fast enough, I don't think Oblivion will be prepared for it.
Joyboy just trying to throw those bullets in as the Captive Sun comes out from Sleek. But you don't need the Captive Sun to take down Jwiz early from Korra. Has the minefield, but will not need it as everybody from Oblivion has fallen over. And I mean, the fight was over before it could even get started.
Yeah, I don't even know if that was a fight. I'd call that one a statement, and the statement is you are not safe no matter where on the map you are. And they're definitely feeling that. Cora staying so far forward, looking for this mines, perhaps even the blade as Curse sneaks up here in the cubby.
Has that Dragon Blade, will unsheath it. Gonna take down Joy Boy from the sky. The backline of Oblivion is gone. Now they're just looking to follow up and finish up this point as they get ever closer to the end of point B. The bomb is gonna come out and it's gonna, find that double kill on the deployables of AddFriend. But the Kitsune Rush comes out just as a means to an end to try and finish off, and Meditu with 2 here on the Molten Core and hitting a little jig on top of the cart. AddFriend continues to steamroll.
Yeah, who doesn't love a jolly Torbjorn? And while Meditu is dancing, there is still torment happening.
Oh goodness!
Cora is stuck.
Goodness!
Oh, and finally goes down. So much damage for the Captive Sun. They won't stop.
No. Okay, yeah, the Captive Sun came out, but the Sunstruck, it's just not gonna last. Sleek couldn't get that extra bit of damage, and a great wall from Jaywiz up on the high ground to keep Sleek from getting away. And now AddFriend has realized, well, maybe Cora hasn't. Curse is in there too to take down Jacko. Blizzard's gonna come out. It'll freeze no one because of the oh no, it'll freeze Curse up, but no follow-up gonna come through on the Blizzard. I mean, it was a good idea, I guess, but unfortunately Kiriko owns you. So, just unlucky timing there for Alfie to be where they were. The Amplification Matrix coming out from Jacko to try and dissuade any more pushing. And it worked for a second, as the rally also comes out for basically the same reason. Overclock gonna try and find something here, and Jaywiz is gonna put an Icicle into the chest of Curse. And the Overclock didn't find a kill, but it was, it was a scare tactic.
Yeah, and finally a Breather. Not had one of those since they left their initial spawn at the start of the map. But again, they are going to have this blade. Perhaps going for that Sun Blade combination. You could even go for that Blade Rush idea.
Here's the Captive Sun, but Lemon eats it up, and I mean, the Dragon Blade comes out. Curse put down immediately, and some great plays, but Lemon, I didn't see if they got demeched there, but Lemon is dead, and they're not gonna waste the opportunity here for the side of AddFriend. Great peel there as Lemon has returned, has the self-destruct, gonna come out here, may find the deployables, of course. But Jacko is gonna find a pick there on a real human person. It'll be Meditu going down. Cora following as a not so human pick. The hamster going out of the fight, and Oblivion looks to have found their footing here.
Yeah, they're doing very good now at kind of holding their own, holding their ground. It's because they have such a kind of sustained composition that they can hold through that. Oh, and just as I say that, Curse takes off Jacko's head. It never stops, Fletch. It truly doesn't.
Jaywiz is going to pop the Blizzard, but it's just going to be a quick S key away from Oblivion walking away. A great stun. I think that hit 3 people from the side of Joy Boy. And the rally is good. It's going to help them take down Cora. So AddFriend is without their hamster, without their Torbjorn. The Captive Sun is going to come out, and they're going to be able to take down Joy Boy. So Cora will be returning quite shortly. And Alfie's able to clean up Keldon. So Jaywiz switching over to the Widowmaker, able to put down the Kiriko from the side of AddFriend. But they're not going to give this up just yet. I mean, Cora is coming in strong, and Curse is able to take down Keldon in the Overclock duel, but, I mean, Oblivion just isn't giving up. The spin to win just won't be enough here.
Yeah, they're really struggling. I just finish off these eliminations. Our AddFriend, it's because of this, ability to just sustain and keep up. And on top of that, Jaywiz swapping to the Widowmaker is such a brave move, but they've really shown that it was worth it. They've got those eliminations. Now we're at a minute. This third point started at about 5 minutes. This is an incredible hold here. Medito is going to get this Torbjorn ultimate very quickly, but Jaywiz goes down. There's an opening now.
And after that pick, the kit rush comes out from Alfie, and Joy Boy has another rally ready to go. They're gonna take down Lemon, who threw out the self-destruct, but I don't think it will be enough. But all things considered, a great hold from Oblivion T6.
Yes, incredible. I mean, they really burnt that time down and held on strong because, let's be honest, if you just watched the first and second point there, you would not have predicted that they would have been able to hold on to third point for as long as they did. And, having that Brigida really helps that backline. It allows Jacko to be a little bit more brave if they're positioning against Curse, who, went on to the Sojourn there, and Medito, of course, with those Torbjorn pellets. It was a very fast-paced, very constant attack from AddFriend, and it wasn't always in their favor. They maybe could have benefited from backing off, kind of taking a breather, and then coming in with a fresh push. But still, 36 seconds is good. That's a strong time.
Yeah, why would you take a breather, bro? Roadhog sucks. Come on. Oh, you don't got it. You don't get bow womp womp. But Oblivion T6 changing it up here potentially. Of course, they're in the attacker spawn, so I don't know if that's what they will come out with. But I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, I would like to see them move on to the high ground here to set up Keldon with this idea. That could be really strong. Of course, the issue is with a slow-moving tank like Sigma, you're up against such high mobility that you put a lot of pressure on the Brigida to really help you there.
Yeah, and they're focusing on, of course, taking out the turret. But with your attention diverted, Curse is going to put a shuriken in Keldon's skull. And, I mean, they're really trying to keep Korra in check here with the Sombra, with the Rock, but Korra just happy to roll right away here. I mean, a good sleep there on it to Lemon from Sleek. No follow-up just yet, as it's going to be another hack out on to Korra, who had the virus on them for a little bit, but a great hack there. I mean, Jaywiz is doing a really good job, much better than they did on Ilios, of keeping Korra in check.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they've come up with a different strategy, kind of like sitting back more and playing a kind of heel play style with that Sombra, and it's worked extremely well here. They will be able to capture first point, and suddenly, AddFriend doesn't look as stable as they once did on this map, and they might need to go back to the drawing board a bit for themselves. Korra's going to have to adjust how they enter these fights, because if they get hacked up in a bad position, it's going to be tough, especially with Jaywiz's EMP coming up very shortly.
I mean, yeah. That EMP could be a bit of a game changer coming up. A little worse than it used to be, but still enough to interrupt a Wrecking Ball, deal a little bit of damage. I mean, we're just seeing Matitu throwing in those rivets, trying to find a lucky headshot from behind, and they're going to wait. The EMP going to come out, going to help get rid of this minefield. Korra won't die just yet, but they want it. Oh my god, what a virus. It's not going to kill Korra. Korra's going to grab a Mega, it looks like, but, I mean, I can't say enough. Jaywiz looking very, very good, but Curse is able to start off this fight, bring out the Dragon Blade, but Jaywiz again coming up big for Oblivion. Korra's in the backline, and I mean, Jaywiz continues to take out these players, and the Sombra's looking so much better.
Traditionally, mostly to the old Sombra, you think of Sombra players, you think of them stalking, your backline or looking from up above. Jaywiz is standing in their backline. They're sitting back waiting pretty for Korra to come in, and all the hacks, all the viruses are going onto Korra, and it's really pressuring Korra out and meaning the rest of the team don't have enough space.
Well, you don't even need the hack if you're going to take down Korra like that. But AddFriend has come up, only 3 meters to go before Oblivion captures this objective, and Jacko is able to take down Meditu with a burst to the body, and that's going to be at Oblivion with 4 minutes and 45 seconds, and Jaywiz continues to find these picks, and AddFriend are adapting.
AddFriend has been in a position now where they've had to change off of the Wrecking Ball, and that's a victory run for Oblivion. It's just whether or not this Zarya can do enough to counteract the pressure that's being applied here.
I mean, yeah, it was 2 picks early there for Oblivion. Jaywiz, of course, finding a couple picks late. The amplification matrix from Jacko on the high ground, and Korra goes down here with a Keldon shot to the body. I mean, they found their footing here with this Sigma Sombra, and now, oh no, Sleek is gonna stay alive here with the help of Curse sliding up to that high ground, but they have ultimates and they're gonna pop their ultimates, and it's going to be good. The Flux finds a couple, and I mean, Korra is in a little room all alone. Keldon putting Curse in the dirt, and Oblivion came alive on their attack. The Sombra a big part.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of the reasons why you never just look at teams and disregard whoever is the perceived underdog, because they played this like AddFriend were the underdog there. They completely found a synergy that worked against Korra's playstyle, and yeah, by the end, Korra forced onto Zarya something that they might not be used to doing because they are a Wrecking Ball centric team. With only a minute in their attack compared to 4 minutes, AddFriend are going to have to very quickly decide, do we still play that Wrecking Ball? Do we still play the style that we know? Or are we willing to experiment? Because 1 minute isn't a long time to come up with something new on the fly. Sometimes it takes a bit of a fight or two to get a grip of what you really need to be doing. And, well, you don't have that time. So AddFriend are really feeling the heat right now. Oblivion in the driver's seat here in London.
Yeah, I mean, AddFriend is obviously, they've been pushed out of their comfort zone, and that's not something that they've seen in a minute. And, I mean, Jaywiz has been a nightmare, not only for Korra, but for Alfie and Sleek. I mean, Jaywiz has just been putting so much pressure on everybody on the side of AddFriend with that hack, with that virus. So we'll see if AddFriend are going to be able to respond here with Jaywiz still on the Sombra. They're going to be instantly walking over to the point, wanting to take this fight quickly. Lemon taking so much damage, but that eat can't be blocked by the kinetic grasp of the Sigma, but it's going to be Jacko starting us off here with a great pick. The virus comes out a little bit too late, but Cobra, ooh, Alfie from the side there, able to take down Jaywiz. And I mean, Jacko, been such a great DPS. Baptiste for Oblivion in both of these maps is going to go down, and it looks like AddFriend are slowly but surely bringing this out here.
Yeah, they pushed on to point, and that quickly forced Lemon to drop. However, you're up against a Zarya. If you don't have your shield, that suction isn't going to do anything to protect you against the Zarya. So Lemon might be in a position where they have to swap, but of course, the ultimate is much more important. Korra at 100 energy, this is going to be so much damage and so much to be, you have to really respect that Zarya at 100 energy.
And here is the window. Sleek has to use the Immortality Field early. Korra does have this Graviton Surge, so we'll see what they can do with that powerful ultimate. But Oblivion, they're coming up to a few of their own. The Kitsune Rush, though, is going to be what starts us off here. A great immortality field around the corner from Jacko to save everybody in that grab. The Flux did not find the value that they would have liked, but here is the Blizzard from Jay Wiz. Cora has the bubbles, will not get frozen up, but will fall here, and that's going to be it. AddFriend, you know, they didn't all fall, but Oblivion pushed them away from the cart.
And you know what? Getting through that second point choke and the initial choke and getting round a corner is very good for a 1 minute time bank. You're happy enough with that. You know, think of how many times you've seen Kingsrow, you know, full held or held at that choke or even that first corner. So there's plenty of opportunity for AddFriend to turn this game around. And it seems like the Zarya is really working against the Sigma here. It's just Oblivion have so much time to experiment here with their attack. They can initially come out on the Sigma again, but if they feel they're taking too much pressure from Cora on the Zarya, they can swap. You know, doesn't it look like Oblivion are initially swapping off of the Sigma, you know, Sombra, despite it not really getting as much value because, you know, the whole idea of the Sombra was dealing with Cora. Now you're playing more of a flank playstyle, and it's a little bit harder to play flank playstyle when there's a Torbjorn, because of that turret is going to, you know, basically, you know, every pellet of the turret might not do enough damage, but it resets your invis.
I mean, okay, so they're going to switch over to the Mei, which is kind of what I was going to say. So Oblivion T6, they're trying something new once again with the Junker Queen Mei here on King's Row. So it'll be interesting as Lemon is already in and trying to find some opening, and it looks like they want to go, and a great wall is going to take down Cora. Cora does not go without a fight, though, taking down Jacko, but Jacko gets back so much quicker than Cora will. But Cora's adapting, coming back on the Wrecking Ball, and Curse is, I mean, they're looking very, very good. Curse with 3 to keep this fight alive for AddFriend. Curse with 4 for AddFriend, and that was a, you know, Curse taking everything for AddFriend.
Yeah, taking everything and the kitchen sink. You just walk into that kill zone. I think Oblivion could have been better suited for, you know, just touching the point. But look at this. As soon as Cora's went Wrecking Ball, back onto the Sigma, back onto the Sombra. We don't want you to have fun.
Yeah, Curse, though, continues the dominance displayed here with 2 more picks. And, I mean, they still got the time to go here. And they're watching these angles, but Oblivion, you know, switching back to the Sigma here. So, you know, they're looking pretty, they have the comp to beat the Wrecking Ball here. Do they have the ability? So we will see as they rotate to this high ground, trying to find, potentially find Sleek out here. You know, they're not going to go all the way up and Sleek jumps over the gap, but they're still going, and they want to take this fight on the high ground as the dueling windows come out, and Curse once again through the window headshots Lemon, and is able to, you know, Curse has just taken over this defense on King's Row. Yeah,
I think something about, you know, going down 4 minutes to 1 minute has awakened the demon mode of Curse, because this is just inhuman playstyle. They're so aggressive and getting so much out of it. Even Cora's doing well, putting in the mines against that Sombra.
Oh no.
Oh no.
They're able to take down Cora. The Sombra, you know, stuck in the minefield, but doesn't get hit by the minefield. And Curse is able to stay alive with the help of Sleek. The kit rush comes out from AddFriend as the Molten Core. But this is their opportunity to take here. I mean, Cora is back, but without the rally to stop and stun the Wrecking Ball, Curse and Meditu, I mean, it was a great opportunity for Oblivion, and they might get a tick, if anything, but it's not looking great here for Oblivion.
It's not, but with this final fight, lots of ultimates available. Unfortunately, so many of those ultimates are, you know, very based on catching someone out, and of course very difficult to do that here. The CMP could just be put onto Korra themselves just to make sure they get that kill.
Yeah, gonna come out and hack early, stopped by the turret from Meditu in that choke in the back. They're gonna break it. They want to let their Sombra have a little bit more of an easier time taking care of this wrecking ball. The window comes out from Jacko, and it's a miscue. The window is so far away from everyone. That's just unfortunate for Jacko. The window does fade away for both sides. They still have the EMP, the Flux, the Overclock. What can they do with these ultimates? The Kiriko gonna TP away, and they're gonna hit Korra. Korra is down. Flux comes out. Does it hit anybody?
No.
No, it doesn't hit anybody. And Jwiz goes down, and Sleek has come alive here, and Curse still dominating on the Sojourn. Jacko's able to take down Meditu, but, you know, they're still not dead in the water just yet. Lemon and Jacko are still going here, but that's it. Oblivion T6 with 4 minutes in the time bank aren't able to find their footing on the second attack. And AddFriend moved to match point.
Remember when I said this is why you don't just look at who's the underdog and disregard them? That I'm looking real silly right now. AddFriend have proven themselves today because, you know, it slipped a little for them. And to win with 1 minute time bank against a 4 minute time bank is an incredible feat. And at a certain point on their defense, they said, screw it, I don't care that you have Sombra. I don't care that you countered me on the Wrecking Ball. I'm going to keep playing it. And Korra proved why she is one of the best Wrecking Ball players in EU for sure. This roster works so well together. I mean, obviously Meditu playing Torbjorn, bread and butter Meditu, but it works so well against the Sombra, who multiple times went for hacks and got hit by the turret and couldn't hack. Incredible display there by AddFriend. A beautiful defense on King's Row, showing why they are absolutely not to be reckoned with. But this is going to be the half time. We're going to go to a brief break, and then we will see the conclusion of this match. Can AddFriend get the 3-0, or can Oblivion yet again find what works against AddFriend? Don't go anywhere too far, folks. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back, everybody. AddFriend has Oblivion T6 on the ropes right now, going into map 3. I mean, Oblivion had some hands there on King's Row, but AddFriend was just able to get past and stay alive on the map to go up to match point. But moving forward, you know, we've got a third map to see here, and it's gonna be Saravasa, because who could have guessed it would have been Saravasa?
I know, shocker, right? I mean, yeah, Oblivion are against the ropes, but it's not like Oblivion didn't have AddFriend in the corner, but little did everyone know AddFriend was looking like Mayweather, slipping those jabs, slipping those punches, not getting hit at all, and then comes back with a flurry on King's Row with a tremendous defense. And now Saravasa can very well be the final stopping point for AddFriend in getting this sweep. However, Oblivion are going to come in with a bit of a different look now as we head into Saravasa, because Geralt is coming in on the DPS lineup, and that's going to change things up because, you know, previously it was Keldon, now it is Geralt, and they might just be playing a little bit of Torbjorn. So it might be that we have Torbjorn versus Torbjorn here in Saravasa. Not to the point where they're going to have a hammer duel to start, I'm sure. But, you know, we're going to see those Torbjorns on the flanks. We might even see a Torbjorn 1v1 on said flank, potentially. We'll see how it goes, but so far, Oblivion have overall struggled against AddFriend, but they did find a little nugget that was working well, J-Wiz, on the Sombra against that Wrecking Ball of Korra, but it stopped working at the end of King's Row. The magic kind of wore off a bit, so they have to re-find that magic and implement it into Saravasa.
Yeah, and I mean, that's why AddFriend is such a, you know, considered such a good team in this tournament, right? I mean, you can't be a good team if you just let your weaknesses overwhelm you. And we saw right there for AddFriend, they had a, you know, their weakness was exposed, and they were like, okay, we'll switch it up. They switched over to the Zarya off the Wrecking Ball, and, you know, it kind of got bullied late in their first defense. But they came out with it on the attack and got, with only a minute on the clock, I think they got, what, 60 meters on King's Row B? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the defense, they came back. Korra, I think they came out early on the Zarya, and, you know, Korra got blown up early and said, screw this, I'm playing the Wrecking Ball. And it worked. I mean, they overcame their weakness, and I mean, they're scary right now. I mean, if the weaknesses only last half a map, like, what does that say?
Yeah, and also you have to think about where we're going into Flashpoint. All those points really work for this playstyle of disruption, of, you know, multiple different players in different, you know, angles and positions. It just plays so well into it that, you know, if you're Oblivion and you're thinking, you know, how do we get that magic back? How do we, you know, either A, counteract or just play into them? Now, we have seen that Lemon could go to Doomfist. That's been a back pocket possibility in this series, and it could be something that works well for them in this map. If you commit to your own dive and just go for trades, and, you know, just hope that your trades are better than their trades, then you might have more of a fighting chance here in Saravasa. Otherwise, just playing to counter Korra might not be enough, because I'm sure we'll see Curse on that Tracer, and that's a deadly proposition for any team in EU.
I mean, yeah, they did. They played to kill Korra, and they killed Korra a few times, but everybody else was just like, we don't care. We'll kill you back.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for Oblivion, Lemon has gone MIA, apparently. So it will be Keldon coming in on the tank role here, after just being subbed out for Geralt. So, I guess we'll see what kind of impacts this is going to have moving forward into Saravasa, but that it's just an unfortunate turn of events for Oblivion, who, you know, looked better on King's Row.
Well, at least they have someone who is a, you know, tank player It looks like Elden might prefer to go for that Sigma here, and this is basically what worked for them. This time they have a Bastion, so they're just doubling up on when you get that hack on Cora, get that Bastion damage in. Curse isn't actually on the Tracer either, on the Sojourn, so going to be playing from a bit further back. Cora might find himself caught out.
Yeah, and I mean, Curse was so scary on the Sojourn last map. The hack goes out on it to Offie, and they're able to get the cleanse off. Hacked up onto Cora. 941 HP for Cora at the moment. Not too scared without the follow-up, but Cora will swing straight through Joy Boy. And finally, it will go down. So without Joy Boy, it's going to be up to Oblivion to take the pace here. And they will. Jacko finding Sleek is going to be a great pick, and they're going to take the flip immediately back.
Yeah, ultimately you get hit by that accretion of the Sigma, just a massive stun, followed by the hack. You've got no chance. And now Medito is going to get horribly staggered there. That's going to really increase the control here for Oblivion. Now that they have the point, it's going to be a lot harder for AddFriend to move in, because again, they've been forced to have Cora on the Zarya rather than the Wrecking Ball. And it didn't work a lot in their defense of King's Row. We never really saw Cora get a lot done with Zarya until the attack of King's Row, so we need to see that sort of playstyle come up again.
Ooh, and the window comes out right on top of Cora's head. Gonna be able to get out and underneath the bridge there. I'm not sure where Cora has disappeared to, but Meditu is looking pretty low right now. And it will be Gerald that starts this fight out, though. I mean, without your Sojourn is going to be a tough task here, but Alfie feels confident, throws out the Kitsune Rush. Gerald taking a little bit of damage. That Immortality Field has been expended. They're going to take down Gerald, but it'll be another trade for Meditu. They have the Graviton Surge, and it's thrown out, but Cora goes it down. They're going to be able to kill Jacko, but it just won't be enough as it stands, as the rally is out for Oblivion. I mean, they really want to keep this alive, but, you know, it will be Oblivion taking market.
Yeah, ultimately, you know, AddFriend, they went for like a particular setup with Medefo on such a large flank, but once they got caught out, it was very difficult to get control. Oblivion, this composition is built to just survive once they're on point, and the adaptation onto the Mei works really well into that. Sure, you don't have the hack anymore, but that wall could be just as deadly as a hack, if not more, in certain instances, and especially with the Blizzard prepared.
Yeah, so Blizzard is ready. The exact antithesis to a Blizzard comes out from Meditu, but the Torbjorn does go down here. Curse doesn't have recall right now, but it'll be Alfie able to get to the Tracer to keep them alive. So, I mean, some great picks from Oblivion. They're going to take the first flip here on Temple.
Yeah, and with, you know, very little investment, considering that the Medito used their Molten Core, but with Joy Boy going down and opportunities have risen now for AddFriend.
J-Wiz gonna get that Immortality Field from Jacko to stay alive. Pulse Bombs out, hits J-Wiz. J-Wiz goes down finally for the side of AddFriend. But it's gonna be a trade, and that's not the trade that you want to see if you are AddFriend. Cora goes down next. And there's a lot of pressure being put onto Geralt right now, but the support is great for this Bastion player. Able to stay alive despite getting under 50 HP there. Still, you know, being poked at from behind by Curse. Cora rolling through, having switched right back over to the Wrecking Ball. Blizzard not going to find a target, but the Flux will. They don't have that cleanse anymore. The Flux going to kill Alfie going up. And coming down, Cora is going to kill Geralt. But that should be a 2-0 deficit here on Suravasa for AddFriend. Oblivion T6 takes Temple.
It's literally the rock, paper, scissors. The old idea that people complain about with tag. Cora goes on to Wrecking Ball. Jay-Wiz swaps on to Sombra. Okay, Cora goes on to Zarya. Jay-Wiz goes on to Mei. It's literally constant. You can see Jay-Wiz right now is going back, and they're going to swap onto Mei now.
That's so funny, man. Cora is able to take down Jacko. We saw it under a lot of pressure here coming into Palace. So the fight won't start just yet as the point unlocks in a couple of seconds. Yeah, I mean, that's a great stagger there onto Jacko. And AddFriend basically take the first flip on Palace uncontested. Jaywiz coming back on the Mei, like you said already. Gerald, though, will start us off here. What is it going to be? Is it going to be a pick? It won't be a pick. They'll get the cleanse out, though, from Offie. Cora stunned up, but Meditu finds an early pick onto Gerald. So, I mean, it looks like AddFriend, they got here. No resistance to take the point, and they're going to take the fight here pretty flawlessly, too. Curse.
Yeah, nicely held on to there. Yeah, sure, you got that immortality field out, but as the Bastion is ulting, I think it was Meditu who made a bit of an advance there, and took some space of their own. This is what AddFriend need to do, because it is a map point on Servasa, very close to Oblivion, taking their first point in this series, but they need to retake this one if they want to do it cleanly.
Sleek throws out the nade, and by the sliver, able to get the nano boost on the Cora, and it's a great grab to keep Oblivion off of the point. The window comes out from Jacko for some reason. The point's over, guys. You don't need to use any more ultimates.
Yeah.
I mean, AddFriend are gonna lose the fight, but they're gonna win the war, at least in the ultimate usage. Oblivion used beat and window.
Is Keldon okay? Okay, there's a pause. That's what I thought. Yeah, there might have been a bit of a miscommunication there, on part of maybe Jacko not realizing, okay, the point's over, because they will wish that they had that window, because they're a very spam-orientated team. That window just plays super well into their playstyle. But now AddFriend, they found some footing here, and with that window gone, it's going to give them a little bit more breather to try and equalize onto Servasa. King's Row onto Servasa, it looks like, AddFriend going to start out, maybe a bit weaker, and then maybe part of them either realizes, okay, right, we're losing now, let's step up, let's get this dub, or they take a little longer to adapt to these maps. It's either one of those, but AddFriend, they're starting to get a little bit more control for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely looked pretty good there on Palace, but Oblivion with Jaywiz trying to win this with rock paper scissors with Cora. I mean, it's made for an interesting map, right?
Yeah.
I've been I haven't seen anything quite like it recently. Of course, we saw, unfortunately, I think Keldon has returned. That's not unfortunate. I meant to say fortunately.
That's the fortunate part.
Keldon has returned, I think.
Yes, return of the Keldon, and I'm sure we'll see more whack-a-mole of Cora and Jaywiz playing, just different. Because Cora also have the opportunity to have a very low percentage towards her grab to go swap onto Wrecking Ball again if they want. And then, that Blizzard's going to be a little bit harder to get value with, because right now you can really, find something against that Zarya, but if it's a Wrecking Ball, a lot harder to get something done. A Pulse Bomb onto Keldon in the back there, Curse. That was a bit of a cheeky move, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, and you know what sucks? I think Keldon had Flux. Just unfortunate
right.
timing. That Flux also being reset. Cora's able to take down Jacko in a colossal anti-grenade, hitting 3 for the side of Sleek, and Curse is trying to find this final blow onto Gerald, but it will be Meditu that gets it instead, and Keldon and Jaywiz just say, nah, it's not worth it. We're not going to stagger. Throw themselves off the map. Fight AddFriend.
Yes, unfortunate for Keldon that you lose that ultimate, but you still have that Blizzard coming up as well as the Overclock very soon from Gerald. AddFriend, they're probably going to want to play a little bit faster here, take initiative. They only have the one ultimate right now. They want to come in here, use this rush, and just take control of the fight very quickly.
That is a really early Immortality Field out from Jacko. The Blizzard comes out, it'll get Sleek frozen up, but I mean, it's just a great job of getting around the corner here. I mean, Oblivion is going to take a flip here, but Cora just is absolutely showing why she's such a great tank. It doesn't matter if you force her off the Wrecking Ball. They're going to take Garden.
Yeah, revenge of the Cora there, you know, just angrily taking you out because you've been forcing them to just not play the Wrecking Ball. But you know what? This particular Zarya composition has been working super well. Hopefully this pause is just for Ping. Another member of Oblivion has actually gone out the lobby. That's super unfortunate. That two of them now have felt that issue, but that's rough. You know, you can't hide that. That's a tough situation. You're 3-0. You're 2-0 down in the series. 2-2 in Servasa. Every little bit really counts here, and the fact that you're having DC problems, I mean, you know, no one wants that, and it's just super unfortunate. But you know, they have, up until this point, fought very well. I'm sure they're going to give a good ending to this series, no matter what, whether they win Servasa and, you know, dent the armor of AddFriend, or if AddFriend are able to overcome that and secure the clean sweep.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know. Like, Oblivion, it's the second time, like we've said, but it's not even just that. I mean, with the people having to leave the lobby, right? That ultimate charge is just PP poofed. It's gone. You don't have that ultimate anymore, or whatever charge you had. So I mean, especially in a clutch situation going into a 0.5 here on Servasa, I mean, that is such an unfortunate position to be put in, where AddFriend have 3 ultimates of their own and only 1 for the side of Oblivion.
Yeah, very tough spot to be in. Very tough spot to be in. But you know, the mark of competitors is, you know, just going through it when it gets tough. And we've talked about how Oblivion have been in CGL for many seasons. They've been in these situations before, and that just means that they're not going to let it, you know, control their map. They're not going to let it, you know, mark the end of this series. They're going to give it their all. Joy Boy is back, and on the Lucio now, they've got a bit more of a faster composition to meet this Zarya comp. You know, we'll find out very shortly how it's going to work out, but again, Curse with that Pulse Bomb, stalking the back line. This time, didn't just throw it into the person who just returned to the map, so they're showing a little bit more restraint.
And they're ready for it. They've found out Curse as the grab comes out. Pulse Bomb not going to find a target this time, but Jacko is under a lot of pressure from Curse. The Nano Boost out on to Cora, who is so high charged, it's almost it's terrifying. 100 charge Zarya with a Nano Boost? That's not something I'd want to see. As Cora takes out 2 or 3 there, and Oblivion, they took the first flip, but AddFriend come back and they take it right back.
Yeah, that 100 charge Zarya already melts people, never mind with that extra help of the Nano. And at Oblivion, they're still trying to find something that's worked. They're going on to the Hanzo now, and that's going to be a lot more pressure for Cora. They're going to have to be very careful how they position there. Of course, like we said, not as familiar with playing Zarya as they are the Wrecking Ball, so there's a chance that they get caught out against those Storm Arrows.
That was an unfortunate timing there for J-Wiz, and Joyboy gets antied up and taken down. And if I am Oblivion T6, I am holding S. Just get out of dodge. Stay alive.
Yeah, and now it's 70% for AddFriend.
Oh,
They're on the brink of taking it out, and that's a massive stagger. That's going to take it to an overtime fight. And Oblivion, they don't have a whole lot in the bank. The closest thing they have is either the grab or the beat, but the early grab from Korra.
Yeah, that's such a great play, Meditu, throwing up the. Oh my god! Oh my god, Curse! Oh, ah!
Curse stopped because they couldn't believe it either.
Wow!
Incredible end.
AddFriend takes Suravasa. They take the series, and I mean, they deserved it. Like, they were down 2-0 on Suravasa and did not let that get to them. Of course, you know, some people would say that, oh, there's an asterisk because of 2 DCs. No asterisk. They were able to come back, and they fought like hell to get this this map their way, and they took the series because of it. And I mean, just all day, all evening, I mean, it just felt like AddFriend had some number for Oblivion T6. The adaptations were always there, and they just figured out how to play around Oblivion's adaptations.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, AddFriend have proven today why they are such a strong roster, such a team to be, you know, on the lookout in the playoffs. And I really love this roster, and, you know, how their hero choices really work together to that synergy. And, you know, they were forced off of what they're comfortable with and still showed that they can overcome that. But hey, credit where credit is due. When we call a sweep a clean sweep, right? This wasn't actually that clean. There was bumps on the road for AddFriend, massive bumps, and it was because Oblivion, they found magic on King's Row. They really pushed hard back in Suravasa, you know, even without Lemon on the tank swapping in Keldon after. And incredible showing from Oblivion. They're still in it as well because they're in the losers bracket now, so they could make a comeback. AddFriend looking super clean. But that is the end of today's broadcast. It's been a great showcase. You know, only some slight issues with those DCs at the end, but a clean match nonetheless. I've been Gio casting for you alongside In the Fledge. Check out the CGL socials and announcements for any further games that are happening. Of course, when the playoffs, every game is definitely worth checking out, whether it's EU, NE, console, PC, it's all worth checking out. But don't forget to laugh loud and love yourself, folks. Good night.